Trying to get you as straight as I can, but I don't really have a lot of room to work with here. So this is a really cool one for our collection. This is a 1930s, maybe as late as 1940-41 pre-war O-gauge train set, complete with all of its boxes. This was a American Flyer made by the A.C. Gilbert Company out in New Haven, Connecticut. They are more known for their two-rail post-war sets. However, this is a three-rail pre-war set, as they made that transition after the war. I picked this up on eBay for a very reasonable price. Box is not perfect. We've got a flap missing, but the master cartons are extremely rare, and I am very, very happy to have it. And it's going to be very awesome on display, and hopefully it will be a good runner. Double check real quick. I don't remember if they had tested it. Let's see. It is set number 4012. It has been tested and runs and tracks properly along with the reverse unit and headlight. So, I have not put it on track yet. I don't have track set up right now. I don't have space, but I will get a loop set up on the kitchen table and test it. But this video, we're going to unbox it and display it. So, let's get it started. With their blue box. Their post-war boxes were the same, however, instead of true model, they said 3/16 scale, I believe it was. I've got a couple of, copyright 1940. So that's our date. On the side, it's copyright 1940. Now the seller did a really awesome job packing all of these. Everything came perfectly. Everything is individually wrapped. I have checked it for blatant damage, but I have not actually unboxed everything. So we are seeing this together for the first time. He's even got foam. This was an immaculate packing job. Alright, and this is our log car, flat car with logs. As you can see, the link couplers, so this was pretty close to the end of the pre-war era, because the link couplers were what they started on the early post-war models, before switching to the knuckle couplers. But these are definitely not the earlier hook and latch style. One. The listing had the car numbers on it. That's going to be easier because most of these boxes don't have the number flaps. Alright, so the log car is a 482 log car. Trash can is in the worst possible place. Move it up here. Alright. This one has both ends gone. It is just the box. So this is going to be the gondola. Gondola is number 486. Call it a gondola, call it a hopper. I guess technically it is a hopper. Gondola would be flatter. I didn't want to use scissors on this bubble wrap, but I think that's gonna. I don't think it's gonna put anything here. He's got this taped really, really well. second one. Oh, that's really cool. It's even got operating hopper. You can turn the crank and it'll open and close the hopper, so you can, if you put something in there, you'd be able to actually do that. That's really awesome. And this is in really nice shape. And it could have been repainted, but that's not something that I'm really worrying about. I got it for a really, really fair price, so even if it was repainted, it's not something I'm that worried about. But that's in really nice shape. That will be a good runner. And again, he's just got packing all over the place. He's got these really locked down well. This one has one completely intact end flap, and this is the tender. It's a 558 tender. Now with this being 3-rail, the tender is not connected to the engine, because on the 2-rail the two are connected because your pickups are in the tender, but with this being 3-rail, your pickups are in the engine. And that is, again, a really nice tender. Pennsylvania on this side is faded a little bit, but that's still a really nice condition tender, and we've even got jewels on the end. Original or not, no idea, but there's 2 jewels in there, which is still really nice. This one has a 1 end flap with no writing on it, and this is the caboose. This is a 484 lighted caboose. It is taped extremely well. Concentrating as I take it apart, so I really don't want to pull too hard and end up damaging something. It is a lighted caboose. That's pretty cool. Got our light in there. Got our pickup. That's nice. That is a 484 lighted caboose. I don't think these have been repainted, just from the age of the stickers and where there's some flaking and damage on there. This is a really, really nice set. Having the boxes with it kind of makes me think it wasn't painted, just because usually having all that together. Here's one with 2 flaps and number 478 boxcar, so we already know what this is going to be. We use the end that doesn't have the upper flap, and this is in really nice shape. Sliding doors, caps on the end, ladders intact on both sides. This one doesn't supposed to have a brake wheel. This one has its brake wheel. As you can see, kind of the wear on the stickers. I don't think these are repainted. I think this is original. This is really, really awesome. This is in really nice shape. I'm running out of room to put stuff. That's there. And lastly is the main event. And this box says number 560 Penn K5 locomotive. The locomotive is numbered 561, so probably not the original box, but honestly, over 80 years later, that's anybody's actual guess. This is just what they did. And there is our number 561. On this side it's completely worn off, but on the back side you can still see where it says 561. So cool things about this that I noticed from the listing: all of our linkage is intact, nothing appeared bent, and indeed nothing is bent. Everything is in good shape. Flyer's worm gear has always blocked the wheels. You can never turn their wheels by hand. If I move the armature, the wheels will turn. So the armature is free. I have very little doubt that this will run. The trailing wheels are very tight. They need some oil. The front wheels aren't too bad. They need a little bit of oil. We do have some cracks on our trailing wheels. Those will need to be replaced. That is not difficult. What is difficult is finding the complete truck itself. Just popping the wheels off and replacing those is not that difficult. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. These did not have a smoke unit. Gilbert hadn't developed those at that time, so the smokestack is just solid cast. But this is early die casting. I mean, this is the forerunner to their entire post-war run, really, because they almost used the exact same casting. And I believe they did use the same casting, because your boiler is the same size as your S-gauge post-war. So they just narrowed the wheels up a little bit and went 2-rail. But these are still really awesome. This is the oldest set that I have so far. First venture into Prewar. I do have a display track set up, and that's where we're going to go to now. I really hope that wasn't all off camera. Just in case it was, we'll give you one more look over where we're all on camera. Beautiful, beautiful engine. Bell is intact. I don't see anything missing on our whatever these things are called. I don't know. I can't think of it. And chipping. This wheel is actually in pretty good shape. There's one small stress crack there. And then you got a chunk out down there, but these need lubed. But all our railing, we'll go with railing, is intact. No bends on the housing. Brush plate's in good shape. Very little paint loss. All our side rails are intact. Good spring back on our center pickups. So I have no doubt that this will run, and I can't wait to see it run. But until we get to that point, let's go put it on display. Alright, and there's its home for now. Hopefully we'll get it on the track this weekend. It'd be pretty awesome. This is really cool. We've still got a bunch of work to do in here, but this room is slowly turning into our museum. But there's a lot of stuff to go through, a lot of stuff to get rid of, a lot of stuff that doesn't need to be here, but a bunch of stuff that is right at home. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Those need to come out on display too when I have room. We'll probably end up with this entire back wall being either a train display or trains on top and larger stuff on the bottom. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I know I need a wide display to house everything.